A very good evening, students. This video is from the hand again, and here we will deal with the flexor synovial sheath of the hand. That means synovial sheath which are surrounding to the tendon in most of the osteofibrous tunnel, whether it is deep to that of the flexor retinaculum or deep to that of the fibrous flexor sheath in front of the fingers. Okay. So these tendons, when they are passing through the osteofibrous tunnel, they are surrounded by the synovial membrane. For example, this is a cross section from the proximal phalanx, any of the proximal phalanx. Outside is the skin, then this yellow color is superficial fascia, then this is the bone of the proximal phalanx cut transversely here, and on the surface of this is a tendon is shown here. Now this tendon, and then this is the fibrous flexor sheath or the deep fascia in front of the phalanx, first phalanx or proximal phalanx. Okay, and tendon is surrounded by the synovial membrane. So is this osteofibrous tunnel, that is the bone and the synovial sheath. Okay, our fibrous flexor sheath is also surrounded by this synovial membrane. So there is a cavity is enclosed, what is called as the synovial cavity, which is just having the lubricant fluid, and this lubricant fluid will minimize the friction when this tendon is contracting during the movements of the finger. Similarly, this kind of the synovial sheath will be seen deep to the osteofibrous tunnel, which is seen deep to the flexor retinaculum. Okay, so this is just a arrangement to show you that the synovial sheath surrounds to the tendon, which is the visceral synovial sheath, and then it surrounds to the peripheral osteofibrous tunnel, which is the parietal layer, and in between is the cavity, synovial cavity, where the lubricant fluid is present here. Now, this kind of the arrangement in front of the palm, that is on the palmar aspect, is quite an extensive arrangement. For example, deep to the flexor retinaculum, which is between the carpal bones, which is a very narrow space, there passes the tendons, various tendons, flexor digitorum superficialis, profundus, flexor pollicis longus, and then flexor carpi radialis. If we cut a section of this, okay, then we will see that these are the four tendons. This is the scaphoid, lunate, triquetral, and pisiform bone, and this is that flexor retinaculum extending between medial and lateral carpal bone, and this is that your very narrow osteofibrous tunnel, okay, through which the 8 tendons and the 9th and 10 tendons are going deep to the flexor retinaculum from a narrow space where median now is also present. This is a narrow space, and during the movements of the finger, these tendons are sliding, and just there will be a friction in this osteofibrous tunnel. To minimize the friction, there is an arrangement of the synovial sheath. Okay, and this, because of this, friction is minimized. For example, 4 tendon of flexor digitorum superficialis, 4 tendon of flexor digitorum profundus, they are in one common synovial sheath. You can see that. And this synovial sheath starts about 2.5 centimeter proximal to the flexor retinaculum, and all 8 tendons are enclosed in this synovial sheath. And then from its medial aspect, the same sheath becomes continuous surrounding to the tendon, which is going to that of the little finger. Okay, so the sheath surrounding to the little finger like that is continuing with that of the main ulnar bursa. This is called as ulnar bursa. Okay, because it is on the ulnar side. So this synovial sheath is a quite extensive sheath. Okay, starting 2.5 centimeter proximal to flexor retinaculum, and then going almost to the middle of the palm. Okay, it goes right up to the middle of the palm, and then from its medial side an extension to the tendon going to that of the two tendons of digitorum and superficialis going to that of the little finger. In the same sheath, okay, from this ulnar bursa, which is a common sheath, there is another sheath which is just covering to the tendon of the flexor pollicis longus, which is going to the terminal phalanx of the thumb. And this sheath is also covered, okay, lies deep to the flexor retinaculum. Then there is another tendon called as the flexor carpi radialis, which goes and gets attachment to the base of the to the base of the second metacarpal bones, okay, at the base of the second metacarpal bones here, and this is the flexor carpi radialis tendon. This is also surrounded by a separate sheath. Let us concentrate on to those sheaths which are deep to the flexor carpi radialis, okay, flexor carpi radialis, okay. If you will see the sheath again become continuous in the index finger, middle finger and the ring finger, and they have the separate sheath onto the tendon of the flexor digitorum superficialis and profundus. Okay, here it is for the thumb, here it is for the 8 tendons, out of which this is continuous with the ulnar bursa. Now the synovial sheath, which is covering to the tendon of the flexor pollicis longus, it is called as the radial bursa. So there are two bursa or synovial sheath. One is the radial bursa, another is that of the ulnar bursa. Okay, and then there are separate sheath for the tendons which are in the ring finger, ring finger, middle finger, and that of the index finger. These are called as digital synovial sheath, and the digital synovial sheath of the ring and that of the thumb, okay, they are continuous downwards. Okay, but these three sheath, digital synovial sheath, they are discontinuous. Okay, and the main purpose is to avoid the friction. Okay, avoid the friction. So this is the arrangement of the synovial sheath. Now if we come to the infection of this synovial sheath, and since the synovial sheath will get infected, this will also infect to the tendon to which it is surrounded. See here, this is the tendon, and this synovial sheath, it gets infected, it will also involve the tendon. Okay, and the condition is called as tenosynovitis. Please note down, tenosynovitis. That is the inflammation of the synovial sheath along with the tendon to which it is covering. Now this may happen because of there is any pinprick or any injury where the infection may go. Say for example, there is a pinprick by a rusted nail or something, and then it is involving the synovial sheath here. So then this infection will spread to this. If it is taking place with that of the radial bursa, which is around the flexor pollicis longus, then there will be the collection of the pus and fluid along with this the synovial cavity here, and it will go till the proximal part of the flexor retinaculum. This will be infected. Similarly, if it is for the little finger here, synovial sheath, then it will involve the ulnar bursa, a complete big area of the ulnar bursa will go deep to the flexor retinaculum. See, this will go here deep to flexor retinaculum and will go into the forearm, okay, where 2.5 centimeter proximal to that of the flexor retinaculum. Okay, so but if infection is there in the digital synovial sheath of the ring finger, middle finger or index finger, then it will remain limited here. Then it will remain in. So whenever there is a pinprick, okay, is given for the just drawing the drop of the blood for examination, most of these three fingers are used because they are not continuous with that of the ulnar bursa or that of the radial bursa. But the infection of the tip of the finger, what is called as the pulpy space infection, will as such will not go into the digital synovial sheath. Okay? But when it is the infection of the synovial sheath, then only it will be spreading for the distance. For thumb will spread here, the little finger will spread here, and if the infection of the digital synovial sheath is here, this will there will be swelling in front of the finger. Finger cannot be flexed or bent, and it will be a painful condition here. If the pus collection is more, then this will rupture towards the proximal end of the synovial sheath, and because of the rupture of this synovial sheath proximally, then the pus may collect here deep to this tendon, and there is the mid palmar space. If you have read the palmar space, it will go in the mid palmar space. Similarly, if it is the rupture of the flexor pollicis longus, then it will collect the pus into the thenar space. So the two different space of the palm, thenar space and the mid palmar space, they will be involved. Now suppose if there is an infection from the little finger, then the ulnar bursa is involved, then this will go deep to the flexor retinaculum, and then there will be a swelling here. The swelling, it will swell up here. Okay, so I am just drawing with this chalk, and there will be a swelling in front of the forearm. So there will be two swellings will be seen. Okay, one distal to the flexor retinaculum and one proximal to the flexor retinaculum, deep to the skin. So these two swelling here and then the swelling here are known as the hourglass appearance, two swelling. And why there is no swelling in the middle? Because there is the presence of the flexor retinaculum is there. So this is about the flexor synovial sheath. Okay, I have not covered the extensor synovial sheath which are on the extensor along with the extensor tendon, and I have just in short described the infections of the synovial sheath, okay, which is quite common. Thank you very much for watching this video.